Wow.
African woman, confident woman, a special woman, beautiful woman. I cannot deny African women, they strong. She's on fire. She's a blessing for my baby. A cultural woman. She is a royal woman. A loving and caring mother. Hey, Mama Africa. She did for Zambia. She did for Zimbabwe. She did for Senegal. Mama Africa. Black is beautiful. So beautiful. So adorable, you know. What a beauty to behold. Black is beautiful. Black is beautiful. So adorable, you know. What a beauty to behold. African woman. Confident woman. A special woman. Beautiful woman. I'm loving her vibing.
Hello.
Beautiful woman. She is enticing. She is enticing. Strong African woman. Hey, she is a full package. Very special woman. A special kind of body with a heavy package. Liberia, Rwanda, Nigeria, Uganda, Africa, Mama Africa, Tanzania, Madagascar, Kenya, South Africa, Ethiopia, Namibia. We not forget Nigeria, Ghana, Somalia, Angola. Black is beautiful, so beautiful, so adorable, you know. What a beauty to behold. Black is beautiful, black is beautiful, so adorable, you know. What a beauty to behold. African woman, confident woman, a special woman, beautiful woman. Jerry Stars mixes. African woman, confident woman, a special woman,
Hey guys, how
beautiful
you doing? Get
woman.
on, please share this
I
video with us.
cannot deny
Very interesting
African
conversation is going to be a
women, they
part of
strong.
it.
She's on fire. She's a blessing for my baby. A cultural woman. She is a royal woman. A loving and caring mother. Hey, Mama Africa. She there for Zambia. She there for Zimbabwe. She there for Senegal. Mama Africa. Black is beautiful. So beautiful. So adorable, you know. What a beauty to behold. Black is beautiful. Black is beautiful. So adorable, you know. What a beauty to behold. African woman. Confident woman, a special woman, beautiful woman. I'm loving her vibing. Beautiful woman, she is enticing. She is enticing. Strong African woman, hey, she is a full package. Very special woman, a special kind of body with a heavy package. Liberia, Rwanda, Nigeria, Uganda, Africa, Mama Africa, Tanzania, Madagascar, Kenya, South Africa, Ethiopia, Namibia. We not forget Nigeria, Ghana, Somalia, Angola. Black is beautiful, so beautiful, so adorable, you know. What a beauty to behold. Black is beautiful, black is beautiful, so adorable, you know. What a beauty to behold. African woman, confident woman, a special woman, beautiful woman. Jerry Stars mixes.
I just like the dancing to this song. I will play the video on, Split Talk. One day I will just switch to the video so you guys can see a very beautiful song done by this Nigerian guy. Welcome to Split Talk, the Nine Generation. We on the platform, we are from Liberian Women Advocacy Network International, Lawani. Speaking to you right now, my name is Grace Goa. I am the president of Liberian Women Advocacy Network International, Lawani. I'm also a member of Legacy Holding Foundation, one of the found and renowned foundation in Liberia that does a lot of work. My co-host is Miss.
Good evening.
Miss. Miss, oh God, Jesus. Let's just add it. Please introduce yourself, my dear.
Hi there, looking for trouble. And anyway, good evening, Ms. Vera Addy. I'm the Vice President for Liberian Women Advocacy Network International. I'm glad to be on again this evening. Thanks to everyone who's listening, and thanks to all of you who come every Sunday to support us and to listen to our topic and to interact with us weekly. We say thank you, a big thank you to you guys.
And if you want this platform for your information, you are blessed, because when we come here, we give vital information and we can interact with you guys, and talk about things that are going on. And I mean, social issues that, that we live with every day. We interact with people, and these social issues, most of them, we talk about them, and sometimes we don't talk about them. But sometimes when you come on a platform like this, even if you have two people, but somebody has learned something. And that's the main focus of Lawani. That's what we are here for. Liberian Women Advocacy Split Talk, the Ninth Generation. That's what we are here for. So today we're going to be talking about dead people receive more flowers than the living ones. Give me my flowers. Let me smell them. Give me my flowers. Let me smell them before I lead a word. Most time we see in life that people, we focus on the dead body. And the Bible told us that when somebody is dead, it's over with, they are died, it's finished, it's done. We waiting for the next, like our beliefs, different beliefs, different religion. For we the Christian, we waiting until Jesus come back, because that's what the Bible told us. And then these people will be racing again. We all will meet for a split second, will remember one another, and we all will go to glory. We who have served the Lord will go to glory and then be there with him for eternal life. But most of the time when we on earth here, we don't give people their flowers while they're alive. It's so pathetic. When you see people, you will see this person on social media, they will be doing things. There will be no support. There will be no care. There will be no love. Nothing. People barely want to like their posts. People barely want to listen to them when they speak. People barely want to even listen to their preaching, especially all the pastors that are passing away nowadays. And then when the person died, then you will see everybody. Some of them will go and even post the person picture before their own family can even post the picture. Oh, me and that person was so close. They were my friend, and and I love them so much. Then they will start posting picture of then the person from ever since here was a pup to now. And you check it out, they have not even called to check on that person since the person was alive, what they're going through, what happening to them. And that's why most of the time we tell people, make it your focus. The people that are around you, your friends, your family members that really accept you, and you accept them, because the saying goes that you have to embrace people that embrace you. It makes your life easier. It take away disease. It take diseases from your body. It take away sicknesses, because when you embrace people that embrace you, you love on them and they love on you, and make it easier. Those people, you have to check on them. You have to make sure they are okay. You have to make sure when their birthday comes, you remember it. Not that, oh, I forgot your birthday. But when your birthday comes, then you want the person to remember it. You're not giving the person their flowers for them to smell it while they're alive. And then when the person pass away, you will see them killing themselves. They travel where they couldn't get in the flight to go see the person while they were alive. The person was living. You never got in to say, okay, I will take a drive. It's a 7-hour, a 10-hour drive. I will take on myself and drive to Minneapolis or to Arizona or Indianapolis to go and see this person. But you will wait until they die, and then you will buy the flight ticket and fly there, buy the flowers that you never get them before in their life. You never even presented a bouquet of flower or let plan that someone other grandma said, we let plan. You never did that. And when they die now, that time you want to dress up and go there, and then you start to sing praises to them on social media or at the funeral. It's useless. And that's what we're here to say. Give the person the flower, let them smell it before they die. That going to the funeral thing and sitting out there and talking and then posting all kind of things on Facebook. Oh yeah, I know the person we used to hang out. Those things is old fashioned. That time passed. People are loving on one another now. Check on your friends. Today, I even called some of my good friends from back in the day. I'm not talking about Facebook friendship. I talk about my friends I've been friendly with since I was a child at Vera. We grew up together. I call those kind of friends. Some people we meet them here, we still get to know them, we still be friends with them and stuff like that. And you call them, you check on them, tell them you love them. Says I just called to check on you or how everything. I love you, man. No matter what, I got your back. You, when you feel like talking, call me. You know you can call me. Eh? Give the person that assurance. Sometimes I say, oh God, it was good you call me, oh man, I was feeling so tired. It was good you call me. That's the love we're talking about. We don't wait for the people to die. Then we start to show them all the love. Then they were the saints that nobody never knew that they were the saints. Because you never told us they were saints. When you were on social media with them, you did not tell us that they were saints. When you were on social media, you never gave them the flower when they were alive. And now they're dead, and you start to talk about how they sink. How do you want us to believe you? The fakeness and the unreasonableness, the unreasonable behavior is too much. And we want to say it in a loving way, but we can't help it. We have to come up and say it blatantly. It needs to stop. It needs to stop. Give me my flowers while I am living. Give me my flower. Colossians 2:6-7. It says, so then, just as you receive Christ Jesus as the Lord, continue to live your lives in him, rooted and built up in him, strengthened in the faith as you were taught, and overflowing with thankfulness. It means that you giving Jesus Christ his flower on the earth, you identifying with him. You cannot identify with me in my inbox, and then when we come on social media because you have talked crap, then you cannot identify with me on social media. So you in here, you cannot tell me that you didn't get my flower. And then when the person down and then you go there and you're posting all kinds of songs, hey, Mary for the grace, hey, Mary nigga, one quick see, Tupac as Chaku, you're posting all that one for that person. But when the person was maybe we watch your on Facebook, so your heart could like the picture. Welcome in.
The thing is, life has become reverse. You know, back in the day when the world was good, when the world was the world, people will like you while you're living. People will give you your praises while you're living. People will say of your good name while you are living. But the world that we are living in now, this end time world, which I really believe we're living in the end time, everything has become reversed. People celebrate death more than they celebrate life. And dying now has become a whole occasion. Dying has become an occasion where people look forward to going to a funeral. Can you imagine? People look forward now to going to funerals, then they look forward to going to visit their friends, or they're looking forward to picking up the phone and calling a longtime friend and say, oh, you know, I haven't heard from you in a little while. I hope all is well with you. I hope you're doing fine. People look forward to their things now. People look forward to funeral. People look, when somebody die, you see people going to the store trying to go and buy the clothes that they're going to wear to the funeral. They buy new shoes. They buy new clothes. They buy new hats, new everything just to dress up and go to the occasion to bury somebody. And then they go, they have the funeral. Then they have the repast. Then they have the after repast party. So dying now is an occasion. That's why people look forward to other people dying. That's why you see they think I mean mess up again. What my hand can knock it for my people? You're sorry, yeah. When you explain it to me, moving your hands, that what will happen? Let me put it away from me. You're sorry to the audience. That's why you see now people when they pick up the phone to call you, know what they call it? Oh, Grace, how you doing, man? I haven't talked to you in a couple of 6 months, 3 months. I haven't talked to you. How are you? How's the family? How's your health? How's work? How everything going? Well, just checking you or just know that I'm here. Anytime you can pick up the phone. If you don't hear from me, it doesn't mean that I'm not thinking for you, but from time to time I will check it. People don't do those things no more. They only listen to, yeah, you are yeah. I knew her. But like you said,
you are close.
Person on social media, the person posting good things about their life, they're posting their family life, they're posting their accomplishment, they're just posting positive messages. You don't share it, you don't know, they don't like it, they don't share it, they just look away and pass. Very few people you will see who are still in contact with you will say something to you. But the majority of them just look at it and roll their eyes and keep it moving. But when you die, then they got your good name. All the things you never heard for yourself from them when you were living, Now you are dead. You can't hear it. Everybody else that didn't know you or know of you or kind of acquainted with you now, everybody can hear of your good name. And whereas you who good name, they're not singing, your ears are closed, your eyes are shut in deaf, everything has shut down, and you can't even hear what they have to say about you. So what's the use? What's the use if you haven't spoken to somebody in 20 years? If you haven't spoken to them in 5 years, if you haven't spoken to them in 10 years, when they die, what is the purpose of coming and announcing their death? What is the purpose of coming and singing their praises? What is the purpose of that? It's just for your own self-glorification, to make yourself feel happy, to satisfy yourself. That's all it's about. It's not about the dead. Anything with Liberian people, when somebody died, they don't even give your relative the courtesy to even post the death announcement or post your picture. Or everybody else go on posting picture and posting death announcement. That thing is so wrong. And that's another topic. A lot of Liberian people do it. By the time they hear the person died, they go in and announcing it, and the person family hasn't even announced it yet, and they're announcing it all over. Can you imagine that kind of disrespect? And some people could wake up from the dead and they still laying out in the morgue and say, how dare you?
And they can't even give the people a chance to grieve before they put a family picture, or they already put in the post from us.
Even absorb the fact that the person had just passed. They can't even, the people even, it hasn't even sunk in yet that this person has passed from there. And all over social media, all kind of people, pictures and death announcement. I think it's so disrespectful. I think it's just disrespectful to the family. At least give the family a chance to officially announce the person's death. And then if you have any condolences and stuff like that, you come afterwards. Now you can go and say, oh, rest in peace, so and so, and rest in peace, so and so. But the fact that somebody start going all over, start naming the person family names and doing all the things and pulling out childhood picture when they were crawling together, when they sat down together, when they ate their first jar food together. What would I want for? What?
Yeah. And we just want to say welcome to everybody. Thank you for watching Split Talk, the 9th generation. I see Wani Cummings. Wani, welcome to the show. I see Grace, Mommy, Mia. I see Neighbor Massacre. Welcome, Mommy. You're welcome to the show. But dead people receive more flowers than the living ones. Dead people receive more flowers than the living ones because regret is stronger than gratitude.
Exactly.
Why is regret so stronger than gratitude? Why are you not grateful for people who love on you, who love you, who part of your family, who are a close friend of yours? Why are you not grateful to those people when they are alive? But you regret so deeply, because regret is more than gratitude in our lives. We want to regret everything. Oh yeah, you start to regret. But if the person were alive, if you could be grateful for them in your life, when they die, it will just be like a celebration now of the life that they live, because you know that you are giving them everything you have. You are giving them the flower. They were able to smell it. You already have wept with them before, because if you were that close to them to be sharing the picture on Facebook, it means that one time when they were in distress, when you called them, you all cried together. It means that one time when they were going through trouble, at least in the increment of every 3 months, you were able to be in contact with them, so you were friends. Then you brave enough to share the picture. When you and that person have not been in contact, you lost contact for years now, and because maybe you were in school together, or maybe you went to summer camp, YMCA, if I were a butterfly, I can remember, I thank the Lord for giving me wings. If I were a fish in the sea, I gig up my tails and I gig up well deep. You know how many times I went to the summer camp when it was small. Come on, then I haven't talked to them in years. It's that I don't have the right, when they pass away, to start to announce their post on Facebook. The only right I have is that when a family member, when a family member put that post up, then I go on it and remember them with love. That's the right I have. I have no right to start putting a picture up. They can't get a family member a chance to grieve their death. Never getting their flower for them to smell it. Sometimes that you are keeping speech with them. You and the person were even friends, and you were not speaking to them. You went all over call other people just because something small happened between you. Explain what I want to my she do this, she do that, she do the other. God forbid, God call the person now. Oh yeah, she was my friend, but at that time you were not even speaking to her. What gave you the right to start to share her post on Facebook and take a plane, fly, and go all the way to the funeral and go sit down there and all you, the person was so close? Why you like this fake thing? This fake, like it's too much. And we are not talking about favor, but we're just telling you it will be good. It will be a good thing to give somebody their flower and love on them while they are alive. So when they live in their world, they will remember the love. Because people, before they transition from this world or this, before they transition out of their world to whatsoever they're going, they feel they kind of reminisce a little bit on people that care about them. And you will be in the number that, you know what, at least viewer were there for me. And they will remember those things before they leave the world. But if the person has not even contacted you, you never even have no something. And then when they die, and then you take it upon your head, you go, oh yeah, well, this and that. The time you are taking to keep speech, the time you are taking to say crap about them, the jealousy, the hatred, the malice that you keep against people for no reason, you need to straighten all those things. So when they transition out of this world, instead of you be regretful, you will be grateful for the time you spend with them. You know, it will be a good thing to say, you know what? Sarah died, but at least we had some good times together. So I'm grateful for that. You will have your sad times, but you will have your happy time. That I'm grateful. We have fun. I love this woman. She loved me. I love this man. He was my good buddy. That's what people do. People bring flowers to weep when a person cannot smell it. The person dead in the casket, then you bring all the flowers and putting it on top of the casket, the flower, then you get nowhere to sit down. If all of you are picking all the flowers and buying it and giving it to the people while they were living, then they were going to happen to smell some good sense, and they were going to turn to perfume. Huh? But when they die, you go there, you start to weep, say all the kind words to them. Oh, the person was so this, the person was so that. But did you tell them that when they were living? When last did you call your mom or your family member or your friend, your good friend, say, Mom, regardless of what the case may be, I'm praying for you. I love you. I just call you to encourage you. And sometimes they're going through, so I say, hey, man, they think I'm going through the day. You better save me, or I feel good since I talk to you. That's the love we talk about. When you talk about that love, what the person did, then you there crying, then you carry all the BB flowers, then expensive ones that you could tell. I seen the $40 one day and put it in the envelope and packet. Sarah James, 253 Mamba Street, and send it to her. Say, Ma, I was just thinking about you, so I send you the $40 because I have. She will appreciate that $40 when she said, Grace sent me the $40. I really appreciate it. That's the love we're talking about. The love you're showing when people dead, just stop. Just stop. Recognize the people while they are alive. We all not go to funeral, we not see what kind of words about the person. Of course, they will be seeing all those things. But did you tell them it when they were alive? Did you tell them? That's the question. And we came here to encourage you to start to love on your family, start to love on your friends. And we say love on your family, people that love on you because they got on your family member, they are actually your enemy. Those people, you got to let them go. But the ones that show you love, be able to reciprocate the love to them. Accept the people that accept you. The friends that love you, you really need to hold on to them because they got people that hate for people in this world. I was right on the Facebook one day, one woman told me, she said, oh, I was about to block you from my Facebook page, but me and her are not even friends. So. We were never friends. The woman said she was about to block me because people had called her and said so much stuff about me. She was about to block me, but I was not even friends with her. But she was just going to put my knee up and block me just because the people told her all kinds of things about me. They hate. That's why you have to stick on the people who love you, because some people will just hate you for no reason. How can you block the hell out of me from Facebook when you're not even my friend? How can you do that? That's the hate and the malice and the jealousy. You know, it's not even the person who wants to block you have the problem. It's the people who calling and telling that you crap about you that have the problem. Because sometimes that person got a strong mind to say, you know what? I don't know the woman from nowhere. She ain't do nothing to me. You know, they're just talking about her. I don't know who she is. But you so hateful that you will bring the person down. Just another person who don't know the person from nowhere will go and want to block them on Facebook because you are saying all manner of hateful things and you think God will let you go. And you think that when the people die and then you start to come out and holler at you and they were so close, you think it will be okay. But God sees everything. He knows everything. So you're falling down, crying to the funeral and giving flowers. It's a waste of time. God don't acknowledge those things. That person is gone. They have not seen anything you did for them. They don't know what you're doing. They cannot smell those flowers because the flowers that the people in the church will be smelling the flowers. Say, wow, the flowers nice. That was some point and go to the funeral and see the reef and all. Because they can be so nice, but the day by day you carry for the day, but they can't smell it, so they ain't got nothing to do with it.
Yeah, And when you die, someone they want to buy the most expensive wreath to present at your funeral. They want to buy the most expensive, the most attractive wreath just to present for it to go stand before your casket or lay on your casket. Why would you want to buy the most expensive wreath or the most presentable wreath to present to somebody's funeral when you have not spoken with them, you have not cared for them, you didn't even, to the point that you didn't even know when they were ill, when they were sick and going through sickness and terminal illness, you didn't even know. You weren't even aware. Now that it did, you just passing a picture all over social media and stuff like I said, that is so disrespectful. You know, I used to, one of my co-worker from back, you know, a couple of years back ago, she was a Liberian. We work on the same job. And the job, the department, the accounting department got outsourced to India or to wherever they outsourced it, and we all had to leave. But we kept in constant contact. She used to go Liberia. She was going Liberia. I advised her, I said, "Man, you going Liberia, be careful. You know, they said Liberia 1, 2, 3, 4, 5." Because she was having a lot of family issues. She went Liberia, she came back. She and I communicated. And for some reason, the communication just stopped. Every time I call her, I won't get her. Every time I call her, I won't get her. And I got kind of concerned, you know. We were close, you know, but it's not like we were tight like that, but we were close because we were all Liberians and we worked together and we developed a bond. And I called her one day. I said, "No, this is unusual." I called her one day just for her to tell me, "Oh, you know," she said, "Vera, you know, I never told you before, but I'm a cancer survivor. When I had my child, when I had my son, I developed breast cancer and I had a mastectomy on one breast." And I said, "Oh, I never knew that. You never say anything like that to me." And she said, "Yeah, I never told you. You never noticed that, you know, my breasts were kind of lopsided." I said, "No, I never noticed." And she told me some personal things. And she said, "I went Liberian and I came back and the cancer came out of remission after, I think, 10 plus years." And she said, "Well, all the time you've been calling me, I've been sick. I've been wanting to answer you, but I was so weak to the point that I couldn't pick up the phone and I couldn't answer you. But every time you left a message on the voice message, my husband played it and I heard your voice and I knew that you were thinking about me. So now, today you call me, you come in." She said, "I got a little bit of strength." And so I'm answering. I said, "Oh, my heart is broken. I didn't know." I got in the car. I went to her. I talked with her. By that time, she had gotten sicker and sicker. The stuff was just spreading all over. She was in the hospital. I would go there and pray with her. She said, "Oh, please bring Mr. Ali to pray with me." We will go there and pray with her. She even went to the prayer talking about flowers. One of the other girls, American girl on the job, they were kind of close to the developer bond. I was not there that day. I was working. She called her. Her name was Robin. She said, "Robin, I want some flowers. I know Vera at work. When I call her, she will not be able to bring me the flowers. She might not be able to answer my call because she's at work. But can you please go and bring me some fresh flowers? I want flowers. I want to smell them." This is a woman laying in her dying bed, calling for flowers. And Robin said, "Oh, no problem." Because Robin, when I working, Robin went and called her the most beautiful bouquet of flower and brought it to her. And that's just lighted up her world. 2 days later, she passed.
You see?
2 days later, she passed. And I mean, we were all so heartbroken. And Robin would tell me, she said, "Oh, Vera," she said she was trying to get to you, but she didn't want to bother you. But she asked me for some flowers, and I took the flowers to her. I'm glad she was able to get a hold of me for me to take the flowers for her because she appreciated it. And she even told me, "Robin, I called Vera, I called Robin, no, I told Robin to bring me flowers and stuff." I said, "Oh, okay, ma. You know, that's very good." That's the kind of contact you need to keep in people with people. You need to keep in contact with people so that when they're ill, when they're in distress, even when they're not ill, when they're having some sort of problem, marital problem, children problem, woman problem, a girlfriend's problem, whatever problem they're having, you want to know. Nobody say call the person everything, but you want to know. But you being in contact with the person for donkey years, you know, for 10 years, since you're graduated from high school, you have not talked to the person died, all of a sudden you have all the information on Facebook. Who gives you that right? Who gives you that right?
Who gave you that right?
To do that? Somebody will go, and that's the reason why, you know, now that when people are having a funeral, they do the viewing, the private viewing for family, and they close the casket because somebody will go to the point and take the picture of your dead in the casket and put it all on Facebook without any kind of authorization. Total disrespect. I mean, we have become so disrespectful to the families of dead people that it's not funny. We take pictures of the dead and put it on Facebook without any kind of authorization, whether they're laying, whether they just passed, whether they're laying in a casket, whether they're putting it down in a grave. Who gives you that right to do that? You don't have no right to celebrate that person that way if you call it celebration. But like you say, I agree with you. Those things are just all out of regret.
A lot of regrets.
Because
Okay.
even some family members, you haven't spoken to them, you try to call them, somebody don't even answer your phone, they just hang up in your ear. Somebody you keep cutting the phone off in your ear, but you die, and then they say they come and cry. What kind of people there acting? You know what?
If they're dead, but they could wake up and just get them one dead slap in the ear because they haven't spoken to the person for donkey months. Never spoke to them for donkey years. Talk about them all kinds of nasty things, and then when they jump there, oh, hey, this and that. Regrets. Where is the gratitude? When the person was living, where is the gratitude? But I just want to say welcome to Candice Adu. Welcome on Split Talk Ignite Generation. Rebecca Logan, thank you for watching. Linda Koyate, thank you for watching. Edward Hart. Edward Hart says something. He says, Grace, will hate ever leave this world? Edward, hate will not leave this world, but hate can leave the people you associate with. Hate can leave them because you have to associate with the people that associate with you. Because let me tell you something, hate can cause disease, it can cause sickness, especially when you're around somebody who just hateful, who just complain. You know, they got some people you around and they just complain from one. Now, it's one thing when you just telling your friend something happened, you say you start complaining to them, say, oh, that happened. But you know, some people, they got when they around you, y'all go to the store, they complain. Y'all go in the nail salon, they complain. Y'all go past the supermarket, they complain how the people package the thing. They just complain. What kind of thing can make you sick? People that you just need to let, you don't need that because you don't need negativity in your life. But you have to, for hate to leave your surroundings, the community of people you hang around. For hate to leave there, you have to hang around like-minded people like yourself. People that love you, people that love on you, you can love back on them. That's the people you want around you. So those people, you build a family with them. Even within your family, your biological family blood, some people that hate you for no reason. Those people, you have to let them go. The people that love you, you have to keep a bond and love on one another, and you make your children to know one another. Because the hate that's taking all this world. It's not like before, back in the day where you will hang out with your cousins and you will be there because the parents, they're all in peace. And I mean, even if they're making small argument, they will not take it out. Oh, no, I'm not going to her house again. And I'm not do that thing again. I will never be around her. That hate, people that are telling goodbye and be your own sister from one man, one part, let her go. Bring the people around you that will love on you. You love on them. You will be in peace. For your children to see peace in their own life, for them to grow up with that love. Because you just need that. And the hate will be moved to a community of people that you hang around. Those hateful people that will bring hate in your life and give you sicknesses. Because hate is a disease by itself. Jealousy is a disease by itself. Envy is a disease. So when you're around people that you will continuously to be depressed, you don't need that in your life. So you have to bring people around you that will love you. I will repeat it over and over. That will care about you. You care about them. They will bring you flowers. You will take them flowers. They will, when they cook in their home, sometimes they will take off food for you to carry. You know, we try to build communities, and sometimes we say, okay, we bake some bread, we carry it around. Some people will appreciate it. People who didn't appreciate it, next time we bake it, we don't carry it to you because we saw that you didn't appreciate it. So you build that kind of loving community around you, and then hate will leave your world. But this entire world as a whole, hate will probably never leave this world until Jesus comes. We will believe in God. That's what we know.
Well, I just wanted to say, Grace, you know, just like love is transferable, hate is transferable. And you got to protect your space. You got to know who you have in your space. Because if you have a community of loving people in your space, you guys will love on each other, and that love will transfer to your next generation or your next segment of people. But if you have hate sitting among love, it's just always going to be confusion. And that is why you just got to weed out people who are hateful in your life. It's not that you're going to hate them, but you just got to tell them, you know why, you and I, we're not walking on the same line. Just like the Bible says, how can two walk if they don't agree? They have to walk. So for you to walk with somebody else, if you got love in your heart, that person got to have love in their heart. They can have hate in their heart, and you have love in your heart, and you walk together. That walk is never going to go nowhere. A hateful person will always walk with another hateful person. And that is what we see. Most of the people who are hateful, especially on the blue eye, they all gather together. They come together in one way, but later today, no sooner or later, they will scatter in 7 different ways.
Exactly.
They will all scatter. Fire will fall in the camp. They will not even know how fire fall in the camp, but to protect yourself. Because he asked about will hate ever leave this world. Hate will never leave this world, but as long as you in this world, you can build your space, you can protect your space to make sure that your space is not a hateful space, it's a space of love. Because that's what the power asks us to love one another. It never asks us to hate one another. It said we should look out for each other and we should love one another and let God do the rest.
Yep, and do unto others that you will have them to do unto you.
Exactly.
When you're loving one another, you have to love the people that love you. And you cannot go in front of the people that hate you, although you don't hate them. But as we say, you got to build your space, you got to build your own world, your community, that you will be in peace. Most of the time, you see people live longer because they're in peace. They don't have no problem. They're not around hateful people. Their community is very, very neat because they love one another. They cherish each other moment. When your daughter graduating from high school, I'm there. When my son graduating from high school, you there. Now that my child graduating from high school, you there. I lost my brother, you don't call me. But when your own man died, then you want me to call you. Those kind of people, then you gotta let them tell them bad. Because if they're really interested in you, they will know when things happening in your life. They will know when things happening in your life. They will celebrate with you and they will move with you. If they're only waiting for you to always move with them and they can't move with you, but everything that happens to them, then you must rush there. Those kind of people, you need to just pack your load. You gotta build your space, protect your space, that you and people will be able to coexist in that space. That when I'm having something, maybe we'll see, oh yeah, Grace, daughter graduating, we gotta go there. I don't care what the case may be. Oh yeah, if your son, we get the other high school, we gotta drive there, go there, and go to that party, we gotta go decorate. That's your community you have built for yourself. The other people who sitting now waiting, when their own time coming, you should rush there, go cold, sweep the kitchen, wash their floor. But when your own time coming, then they can't come. Those people don't love you. And when you continue behind them, you will get heartbroken. You will start getting pressure. You will start suffering for all kinds of small things. You start getting headache because you're trying to fit in with them. And you don't have to fit in with everybody. Fit in with the people that fit in with you. Love the people that love you. The golden rule. Do unto others that you will have them to do unto you. The golden rule also relates to them. They should do unto you as you would do unto them. And we're moving forward. The greatest weakness of most human beings is the hesitancy to tell others how they love them while they are alive. We refuse to tell people, our loved ones, people that are around us. You know, you can just call your friend. Say, Vera, I'm telling you right now in life, I really love you, sisters. I really do love you. And you call your family member and say that to them. When you call them, you're not jumping another topic, yourself are talking. Just call them to say, you know what, I just called today to tell you, say, I love you. God bless you. Man, everything, I pray for everything to work in your life. Don't hesitate to say that because you might not have the chance. This life is not promised to no one on the earth. People dropping and dying for no reason. 57-year-old, 50, 49, 19. People just die like that. I just heard one little boy just committed suicide. You know, just tell your family people you love. Because you don't know. You would think you know somebody, but you don't know everything. You can be as close as take a TV. You and your husband sometimes you don't even know what's going on with them because everybody got their own individuality. I have my own person as an individual. I am. You know, so it's not everything I'm a probably share with you. So you don't know what I'm going through, but when you try to uplift me, it will help me through what I'm going through that I don't want to share with you. It will just, or you don't have to know. You can just call and say, I love you, Grace. And I say, oh, you love me, I love you too. You make the person happy right there. And that's what we're saying. You know, don't hesitate to tell people that you love them. Their jealousy, they hate, and the envy, it needs to go away. There's no need of us doing that. Because you cannot be me. I always say I cannot be you. Why are you even mad with me? I do my things my way. You do your things your way. Try to accept people for the space that they're in. Try to accept them for the space that they're in. If you can't take it, you give them a little break and distance yourself a little bit. And then when they call you, you say, you know what? There's certain things you did. It rubbed me wrong, but I was just waiting because I feel the need to say it right now to you. And you can fix things by if you belong together. Friends can belong together, not only lovers. You can be friends. Some of y'all will belong together. Some of y'all will not belong together. But I will let Rockheim go after this. We're going to talk about things to be always mindful of in this life. The things that you should be always mindful of in this life. That you will not wait for somebody to die before you carry the flower on the day, but they can't smell the flower. And the people in the funeral will be smelling the flower for them. and you carry it for that day body, but you could have given that flower as well and get a friend that flower for her to smell it before she left this world. So the things that you need to be mindful or always mindful of in this life for you to not be regretful, but you be grateful. I will give you 10 things that you need to live by that you will be mindful of. Fred, you want to come in?
No, I just wanted to just add on to the fact where you said that if somebody rub you the wrong way, if you have like friends belong together, there are some friends that belong together. It's not their husbands and wife belong together. It's not their lovers that belong together. Some friends belong together. And if you have a friend that rub you wrong, tell her. Even if you decide to take a break from that friend and say that, oh, you know what, she rubbed me the wrong way, I would take a break. But don't let that break be a forever break or a long break. Come back and say, you know what? I've been really mad at you because you rubbed me the wrong way. I didn't like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But now I'm in a place where I want to bring it to your attention and you can reconcile and move on. Because like Grace said, I really do believe that some friends belong together and then there are some that don't belong together. I will tell you right now, I told Grace, what did I tell you, Grace? I said, Grace, you like sandpaper. I told Grace you were like sandpaper. I said sometimes, yeah. You don't rub hard, but you know that's who you are. But sometimes we all need. I myself got a side. I got my own sandpaper side too. We all need to have a side that is the sandpaper because we all need to be truthful with each other, and that's part of love. But the thing is, most people don't understand that when you're telling them the truth, they don't want to hear the truth. They see it as hate. They see it as you putting them down. They see it as something else other than love. It is love. It is love. So we must love each other. If I rub you wrong, you better come back to me and tell me I rub you wrong so we can move on, so you can give me my flowers or I give you your flowers. Don't wait till when I die and then you start crying, yelling all over the place, and nobody can even understand what the hell you yelling for. You just need to go sit quietly in the corner and say, well, God, you know what? I messed up, but the person is gone. May the soul rest in peace and just move on.
Yeah. And everybody need to have a sandpaper side then
Yeah.
because love is when you can tell somebody you know, I'm a truthful, honest person. That's my personality. But then I can be brutally truthful. And that's the thing. I will not hold back to tell you once I care about you. When you do something, I have to tell you, say, man, the particular thing they were wrong. And I'm saying it out of love because I want you to change it. I will not be fake to you because I want to belong to you, or maybe I want us to belong together. No. And I will have to tell you bye if you cannot take it, because I will not live my life trying to lie to people because it's a sin before God. I cannot hold back because you know, I won't say it to her because she will get mad. And I expect you to do the same for me. That when something wrong, you tell me, say, oh, you know, this part you did great was wrong. I will take that thing, I will think about it, and I will be grateful that you told me, because I like to know if I do something and I have to say the truth to you. That's who I am. And that's the same people side of me. Then I have the loving side of me where I will love you until you get tired with the love. But still, I will still tell you the truth in love. And you know why I'm grateful? Because a lot of people who never could take it, they have come back to me and say, you know why, you did me right. There's certain things you told me, I didn't listen to you. But later on, when I found out things that happened in my life, thank you for telling me. Although I didn't listen to you at that time, but you were right. And I couldn't just accept it. Because most people, they let people to lie to them. You see the thing ugly, instead of you say, ugly, oh no, it's too far, but the thing going on social media, they fake life. The people posting that stuff, they see the something, oh, beautiful, very nice, and this and that. And that's the fakeness of life. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. You have to be real. You have to be real so somebody can change their life. The woman walking, her panty showing the tights, then she walking, your panty showing, and you go, oh yeah, that tight nice on you. You see her panty showing, but you can't tell her your panty showing the tights. Although it's nice, but your panty showing, you let her go to that, and you think it's love? That is not love. That is not love. You have to be real with people that you care about because you want their life to be different. You want them to live the best of life, so you have to tell them the truth. You know, you can't always continue to side with people you love because, oh yeah, you know, I loyal. God told us to be loyal, but he never told us to be fake people while being loyal to somebody. You have to tell them the truth. When they come to you and tell you, say, oh, this, that, the other thing, gotta say, but if person ain't do anything to me, why should I not speak to them? Instead of you joining them, yeah, you speak to them. I say, I'm speaking to them. We always not speak to them. That were plenty of people in the area will ready enter the kingdom of hell. I don't know whether it's a kingdom or it's a dungeon, but one of them. Because of other people, it's not because of what they did, but because of they were following other people to do what was wrong. And nobody among the group could tell the other person, say, you know what, this is wrong. We have to do it this way. And they all would just go right into hell together and be there. And when you there, you on your own. Nobody, because when you feed your fire, as the Bible says, nobody will feed it for you. You will feed it for yourself. But we come on to the things that we always need to be mindful of. So maybe it will be when we remember these things, it will help us to love on our loved ones. And it will help us to give people the flower for them to smell it before they do their work. Instead of waiting for a funeral to go to and be crying and acting like you dying while you were not even speaking to the person in the first place. So one of them is said, know the difference between right and wrong. Right is right and wrong is wrong. You have to know the difference. Things that you will always be mindful for. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Know the difference. Do not try to fix wrong to be right because the person is your friend, and you try to fix right to be wrong because you want to please somebody else. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Until you can learn that will give you hard time to be mindful of things around you, and you will miss the mark. Always be truthful to yourself. You know, except you want to act stupid and very, very not inclined, or because even the people that never went to school, they know it. Right is right and wrong is wrong. You cannot condone wrong and say, oh yeah, because you're trying to be a sycophant or a soldier person or a follower to somebody, and you seen the thing wrong, you may as well just not talk and just leave it at that. But then for you to come to want to back it, the things that you have to be mindful for on this earth, for you to give people, to be grateful to people, you have to know right is right and wrong is wrong. Fred, you want to come in to say anything about that?
That's it. There's nothing said about that.
Yeah. And then the second thing is to always, it is important to pray. It is so important to be mindful. You know, some people, when they talk about prayers, they just think that, oh, you know, when the people on social media, they pray, oh, Jesus. It's not it. Everybody, some people will pray that way, God giving the talent. That because that's a whole talent by itself. Because I don't know how to pray that way. But it's another way to pray where you just get out from your bed. You just, God said it, He said in the Bible, our Father who is in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Father, I thank you this day. I thank you for waking me up this morning. As soon as I open my eye in my bed in the morning, at first I can start praying. Because the mere fire was able to wake up self. Because when you go to bed, you in trance. You don't even know whether you will wake up. You gone. When God wake you up, you just say, Father, I thank you for another day. That's a prayer. I thank you for my children. I thank you for life. I thank you that I can breathe. I thank you that I'm healthy. I can get in my car and drive. Some people are lying in the hospital. They can't move. You moving up and down. You still hating people. You still keeping malice if you're in yourself. You see? So you just got to thank God. Always, it is important that one of the second thing you have to be mindful for in this life. Because when you can pray, you will remember to give people their flowers. You will remember to tell somebody, say, wow, Fleur, you went to this thing today, you got a certificate. I am proud of you. You will not be very because you never got a certificate. They didn't stop you. Nobody stop you. So you will be able to say that it's important to pray. Because the more you pray, you get connected with God. And the more you get connected with God, you do the right thing. You will know that wrong is wrong and right is right. And your prayer life will teach you. You don't have to be speaking in tongues. You just have to be able to say a prayer. Father, I thank you today. I honor you. You are Lord. To you be the glory. I thank you for my life and I thank you for my friends. I pray for Vera Addy and her family. Mr. Addy, the head of the household, that God should bless their home. That's a prayer. Vera, you can come in.
And you're talking about waking up first thing in the morning and praying. You know, most of the time when we go to church, people always talk about, oh, your tithe and your offering, your tithe and your offering. When you get paid, you're supposed to take the first 10% and give it to God, because God said you should get the first 10% of pay. So when you get your pay, you're not even supposed to take no money out until you take your tithe out. But what people forget what people fail to realize is that our tithe, your tithe is your first fruit. The Bible says give your first fruit. Give your first fruit. When you open your eye in the morning, the first thing you're supposed to, the first person you're supposed to acknowledge is God. That's your tithe. That's a tithe right there. That's your first fruit. That starts your day before you go do anything else. You open your eye and say, God, thank you that my eyes are open. And then the prayer, the remaining prayer after that is your prayer of thanksgiving unto God for leading you through that day. Because the thing is, from day to day, we don't even know where we will end up. And that's what we don't do. You know, the Bible said we should watch and pray. Watch and pray. So how are we supposed to watch and pray? You get up in the morning, you're supposed to say your prayer. As you go throughout your day, you're supposed to be mindful. I saw this quote where it says that, and I might not say it the right way, but that's it said it in a lie. It said when your arms cannot reach the people you love, you must hug them with your prayers. There are some people, our arms, because of the distances we live, and because we all don't live in the same country, some people in the diaspora, other people are outside of the diaspora, in other countries, but we still pray for them. And how do you think we reach them? We reach them with our prayer. We care for them through our prayers. We hug them through our prayers. We comfort them through our prayers. And we have to do that. It's a must to do that. But most people don't pray for each other. These days, people have become selfish. Like I said, the world has become cold. The Bible says in the end time, at the end of the earth, the hearts of men is going to wax cold. Everybody cold these days. Everybody, only thing that prevailing on now in the world is just hatred and interest and envy and self-centeredness. Everybody now is about self. No one cares about the next person until they die, and then they will show face and say, oh yes, they did care, they did know that person. But that's not how life is supposed to work. We are urged to pray for each other daily. As for me, even something I was telling you one time, said Grace, I was telling you, I say, in the middle of my sleep, at a jet jumper, I hear myself, I just jump up in my seat and say, oh, thank you, Jesus. At one point in time, it was just like that in my life. I was wondering if something was going on with me. 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, I just jump up in my seat and say, thank you, Jesus. Then I go back to bed. I will jump up, oh, thank you, Lord, and I go back to bed. When I said, but when there's something going on with me or what? I really don't know what was going on with me at that time. I don't know if that was the Holy Spirit trying to provoke something in me or what. But, it has stopped. But I get up in the morning, I say my prayer. And I just want to say, we all have people we love. We all have people that are not close to us. We have many relatives and friends that we all don't even live in the same state. But like that quote, like they say in our quote, when your arms cannot reach the person you love, the people you love, hug them with your prayer. We are urged to pray for each other daily, and we must pray for ourselves, our family, and pray for our loved ones, people we love and care about. We shouldn't wait till when they die. And if you can't reach them, but the telephone can reach them. Pick up the phone and call them and say, you know what, I really do care about you. I've been thinking about you. And I love you. Just wanted to let you know that I love you. I care for you. You may not hear from me every day, but know that I am on your side. I am with you and I love you. So that they know. So even when they die and you're not around, but they will die knowing that you care for them and that you did love them and that you thought about them and you always kept them in prayer.
Because when you carry those flowers and you didn't do that, they're not smelling the flowers. The flowers would mean nothing to them. And the next step is the third one, things that we have to be always mindful about. The third one is that family is important. You have heard it before. It says you can pick your friends, you can pick your nose, but you cannot pick your family. It's funny. But in most cases, your family will be the ones that will be always there for you. But pick the family that pick you. Because you can have a whole bunch of family, or you can have just 5 family members. 3 among that 5 family members, they will pick you, that the people you will pick. Because remember, you have to close up your community with love. So the people who sending you love, the hugs and kisses and peace, that's the people you will keep in your space. Because the other one that get drama into anything, you don't need that drama around you. The life itself is just, things going around the world, a lot of bad things happening right now. People thinking about all the things. You put the TV on, you watching it, all kinds of things happening in the world, people dying. You don't need drama like that. So you have to pick the family that pick you, and you have to pick the friends that pick you. You cannot go about forcing your friend on somebody who don't pick you. So because you will have many family members, but the people that pick you and love on you, that's the people that you will love on. And that's the people that they call family is important. That's the important family member there. That's what we're talking about. So that is just what I wanted to say. If you don't have anything to say, I will move on to the 4th one.
Yeah, move on.
Never step on other people. Never step on other people. Because the same people you step on when you're going up, That's the same people you will see and you will be coming down, you will meet them on your way down. Some people will hurt you and say they cannot hurt or fly. They got some people, I can't hurt or fly. That one of the dupe, that someone they dubious. They, oh me, I can't hurt nobody. Oh, I do this. Oh, because you know what? Their conscience are dead. People like that, especially people who always doing dubious stuff, trying to break up a relationship within the family. They got someone in their family, they will come there, they will cause confusion within the family. They carry news or bring news so before you hear your cousin, they're not speaking, the other person not speaking to you, you're not speaking to them. Me, I don't put myself in anybody way. Oh, I just sit in here in my corner. Oh, you know what I say that because their conscience are dead, so they don't even know what they're doing. They're doing the evil, but they can't see it because their conscience are dead. You know, don't allow people to step on you. Those kind of people, they don't want to be stepping on you, but pretending that they don't step on you because they feel they're so good because they can't even realize that they are doing bad. And those kind of people, it said you have to watch them. And they, because God get ready for them, God will deal with them accordingly. But don't let them step on you. And they too should be very careful because they will come back around and they will need you in this life. And how can you help them after they have done that to you? You will still help them. But if they still got conscience, God told you that conscience is there. If they still got conscience, they will think and say, oh, that person here, I did this to them, but they were still able to help me. And maybe through you helping them will change their life. But sometimes will not change it because remember their conscience are there. They don't even see what they do. They're the most nice, the nicest person you can ever meet. But they're the worst person anybody will ever know. Where you can come here now. Seriously, their conscience are dead. Oh, I can't hear your flower. I can't do that thing on me. I too good though. Yeah, right. You the mean person causing a family problem, bringing chaos. Going from one sister to another sister. Oh, that one, she do this. So you take out the phone, you on a woman knee. Hey, matter, yeah, don't matter, woman, all day. But you can't have a flower. You can't even, you're so good. Because why? You don't even realize that you're doing it because your conscience is dead. And you got to pray for God to resurrect your conscience so you can realize that you're hurting other people and you're causing problem. You're causing problem in the family, you're causing problem among friends.
Well, some of them know they're doing it, man. Some of it is intentional. Some of it is really intentional. And some people, not everybody conscious dead, or some people conscious are alive. And they still behave like that, but they're just cold-hearted. They're just wicked. They're just...
the cold-heartedness made their conscience dead, bro. They ain't got conscience because they're cold-hearted.
Conscious living. Their conscience not dead. Their conscience is cold. They're not dead. They're living. It's just their conscience is just on the evil side. Their conscience is not on the good side. Now, your conscience can be on the bad side. It doesn't have to be dead to be on the bad side. Because as far as I'm concerned, it's something that is dead. It's not supposed to be able to be active to do anything. So if their conscience is
something that is dead means that you can't even feel it that in that context.
But little people need to feel it. Let me tell you, most of them they'll be pretending. They can feel it, but they put out this kind of they put
facade.
Yeah, they kind of image that it's not bothering them. Let me tell you, those are the people who are living in pain and suffering the most. But they try to put on this facade, like you said. They try to cover it up with this hardcoreness, like I don't care and this and that. Let me tell you, those people, most of them, they are dying slowly in pain and agony. On the outside, they put out a strong man attitude. In the inside, they are nothing. They are there. What they're doing, their behavior is just eating them up. It's like a terminal disease on the inside. So their conscience not dead. Their conscience is just on the side of evil, on the side of pride, to the point that they can't even bring themselves to say, oh, you know what? This thing that I'm doing to this person, I'm wrong for doing it. Their pride will not even bring them to that, to the place of doing that. And that's why the Bible says, God of the sin, God hates sin. But of all the sin, God hates pride. Because pride comes before the destruction of a person. Those people are prideful people. Those people conscience not dead, or it's just cold. It's just on the evil side. That's all. That the conscience not dead. And no kind of people they're working you do for them, but just pray for them. That's all. You can't do nothing. Keep them at a table.
You keep them at arm's length and just pray for them. Give them right to where they are because they can't get you. some kind of terminal disease, or maybe you start getting pressure or whatnot, because you ain't even working for you to get pressure or people like that. So you just lead them right to the island where you see hi, and you lead them right there. But the third one, it said be self-sufficient always. Things that we are doing, it says things that we do that we have to be aware of, right? Things that we always have to be mindful of in this life. Always be self-sufficient. There comes a time when every top must stand on its own bottom. Instead of always relying on someone else to solve your problems, as individuals, we must stand on our own and just figure out what to do. Instead of you always relying on somebody to solve your problem, be always mindful that you have to be self-sufficient, especially to our family in Liberia. They will sit down there, you will send them money over and over. They will not make themselves self-sufficient. They will always depend on you to send that money. Whereas you two who send the money, you are self-sufficient because you're working. So what are you doing after your family member send you that $200 and $300? What have you established to do for yourself in that $300 to go and buy to get a dress or go make up pay, make up art and take picture and put it on Facebook? Or are you saving that money to maybe send yourself to school so you can be self-sufficient? Or are you trying to open business to be self-sufficient with that money? Do something, turn it around. But you will depend on the person to always send you that money. And then one time the person cannot send you the money, then they become your enemy. Always be mindful in this life to be self-sufficient because nobody owe you anything. Nobody, you owe nobody anything. Nobody owe you anything. You have to be grateful to people who help you. And the time when they can't help you, you still have to love them because they have helped you. Think about the good they did for you. And make yourself, because the person that helping you will not always be there. Life is, people die. Some people lose their job. Some people, after some time, they have to take care of themselves. They cannot send you that money. And then the one time they can't sell you, then you hit them. It's a behavior of the Liberians that in Liberia. They do it all the time. Some of them on the blue, we don't know them for nowhere. We have helped them with money, thousands of dollars. The one time you can't send it, they will start carrying your name. Oh, that one on my heart. They're doing that. They want to use people to do that. They want to do that. And God just look at you. And that's why most of you are not successful. Because you don't want to make yourself self-sufficient and then you ungrateful to the people who try to help you. You want to come in?
Yeah, and that's why they say God bless the child that has his own, They teach a man how to fish and he will eat for life. But if you feed him the fish, he will always come back to you when he's hungry so you can feed him again. And unfortunately, very few people in Liberia, you will find that even when you help them with a little bit, they take that little bit and they improve upon it and it impress you. You'll be like, wow, it was just a little bit that I sent to this person and look what they did with a little bit. Then there are those who you will give always, constantly, always, and they keep coming back. And that's why I remember way back sometime last year when we were doing a live, we always said that we in the diaspora, our fellow Liberians, we have to become enablers to our brothers and sisters back home. We are not helping them because we continue to give when they cry in agony, when they cry in pain, when they're crying, we feel their pain, we feel their hunger, we feel their situation, and we continue to give. But we give, and they don't do nothing with the giving that we give to them. In fact, they condemn us sometimes they will come back and condemn us for the amount that we're giving to them and saying that it is not sufficient. We are not giving them enough. They will come back and insult us. They will come back and condemn us. But at some point in time, where do we draw the line and say, are we going to continue being enablers to our brothers and sisters? Or are we going to get to the point where we're going to train them? Look, you have to stand on your own 2 feet. I can go so far with you and no further. Now, I will give you one more chance, and this is what I need you to do, X, Y, Z. If you don't do it, don't come back to me. Because at some point in time, we have to cut the cord. People got to be able to stand on their own. And that's not being cold. That's not being cruel. That's not showing that you don't care. Because most of the time, when you cut the cord with people and say no more, they say, oh, she doesn't care anymore. She thinks that because she overseas and we in Liberia, so they better than us. I mean, they will find all the millions of things to attach to you cutting the cords. But you cannot look at that. You just have to move forward, pray for them. And every now and then, if you can send them, you send them. But it's not going to be that constant habit of whenever they call you, then you go running and give. Whenever they call you, you go running and give. Now, every now and then, you can send them something if you think about them. If God lay on your heart to help them, you help them. But it's not going to be like a monthly support thing where every month you have to support them and they're doing nothing with the support but entertaining themselves and stuff. You know, we can't do that. At some point in time, we got to stop being enablers.
Okay. And then the sixth thing that you have to, the things that you have to be mindful of in life. The sixth one is that, remember I told you we'll give you 10. Help others. To whom much is given, much is required. It's Luke 12:48. The principle of the golden rule. You have to help others. It's the principle of the golden rule. Because God gave you much, you have to be able to share with other people. Now you don't have to if you don't want to, but it's just the right thing to do. Because if God bless you and decide to sit down and say, okay, yeah, I will take the money, I will not be able to help nobody, I will not bless nobody. It kind of a sin before God. He look at you like, what have you done with all this I have given you? You never even help your neighbor. You know, the good Samaritan. You never saw somebody on the street and saw them in need and you gave them. You know, there are some people on social media, they will raise money, they will raise all this money and they will go and pocket it. And they will send small to like, oh yeah, we did that, we did that, we did it other. And most of the time, they who raise all the most money, they will take half of that money and put it in their pocket, and then they will come back and start posting, I did this one, I was the one who did that, we the one started that. And God just look at you. Because he gave you that much so you could be able to give it up. Because people gave it for that reason. And you pocketed it, and it's a sin before God, you will get paid. Because nothing go unpunished. So you have to look at that. You have to help other people. You cannot make them reliant or like they can be reliant on you, but you have to be able to give not only to your family but other people just randomly that you think that you need to assist. You can see things going on Facebook, you see things happening. Say, you know what, today I will bless this person. I will send them this amount of money to help them. And that's what God saying, because he gave it to you, he helped you, he made you to have what you have, and he is looking forward for you to try to give somebody that seen help, because other people have helped you before. There is nobody on the earth can say that they were on the earth and nobody helped them. And then the seventh thing is to encourage and inspire. No matter how lofty the goal is, when somebody call you and tell you, oh, I'm thinking about doing this. This is my goal. I want to do this. There's a reason why God told them to call you. Your duty is to inspire them and encourage them. He said, what? That thing too much, oh? You can able to do that thing? That thing you're talking is a lot. And you start to discourage them or something that they plan to do, because God is with them and God gave them that idea. All you need to do, whether it was so much to you, oh, that thing too much in your heart, you saying it, but you have to tell them that you can do it. Because there's a reason why God put it in the spirit that they want to do this. They set it as a goal. Help them to accomplish. And the only part you got to play in that thing is just to tell them, man, I will pray for you. And I hope you will be able to accomplish it, because this thing here, when you accomplish it, something good will come out of it. And you get it in encouragement, they will go with that and say, okay. But soon the person be like, you get that thing, you ever? You better not go work in the nursing home. You get when the poor guy, I want to go. You better not go to the nursing home. Then we gotta go there. You better go work in the ground. I pay my plow. The person telling you said they're going to go work with a corporation. They think they can be manager there. Then you oh, you better go to the nursing home. Yeah, all that nursing home for the first 360 Avenue that I play with all. You start to discourage them. God don't like that. Inspire people regardless of whether you can do it. The person can do it. That's why the king said it to you. So just encourage them to do it. That's the inspiration you can get, and fear you can come in.
Yeah, I just want to say, and for those who God have placed a work in your heart, if you are the type of person that God have placed a work in your heart, don't pray about it. Don't be afraid to ask questions to someone, but pray about it. Let God lead you to the right person that will inspire you, that will help you along with your work. Because the thing is, when God lay a work on your heart, it's not everybody you can tell, because they got destinies killers out there. You tell them, and the first thing is to kill your destiny. The first thing is to kill the work that God has laid on your heart. They start, instead of showing you the positive aspect of what you can do, they start to lay out everything that could go wrong instead of everything that could go right. So it is very, very important that if God laid or work on your heart, anything that God has laid on your heart or has put in your spirit for you to do, seek the face of God and let God lead you to the right people that will inspire you for you to be able to start the work and carry it out.
Yeah, are they welcome? And as we was saying, I was just putting some things. what you want to do, always be determined to accomplish what you have planned in your mind to do, no matter what, who tell you what. Always try to accomplish your goal, regardless of whether somebody you went to somebody and they say, oh, you can't do it. Always try. If others could do it, you can do it. If other people could accomplish, I mean, you can accomplish anything you put your mind to. If other people could do it, you can do it. You see, it's not always the smartest people who succeed, but the people who are persistent. All the people that you see succeeding in this life, billionaires, you see, Max Zuckerberg got his bachelor's degree the other day. You know, he not dull, but I just saying, because most time people think that, oh, the person get to the master, that's a doctor, they think the person's smart. No, the people that went to school, they were just persistent in doing it until they accomplish your goal. You can do the same. You decide to sell your money to the best of your ability. Be persistent in it. You become a best bunny seller ever that God put on the earth, and you'll be able to do it, and it will make you rich. So you just need to be persistent. Don't let nobody discourage you. Not because they couldn't do it means that you can't do it. Other people can do things that other people didn't do. And you always have to remember, they will try to discourage you. Oh, you're not smart. And other people there, they're trying to smart. The whole family is smart. No, it's not always the smartest people that succeed. It's the people who persist. God, I know some people I went to school with, they were smart in school. This life right now, they just passing. You know, because they were not writing paper. Maybe it was a boy. Tell me how this, that you read it. It's not all to life. Putting it into action, that's what that counts. So you have to be, don't let nobody discourage you.
And I just want to add that aspire for what you want, not what the next man has. You know, what you want is what you need to go after. Don't look at Mary and say, oh, Mary is succeeding so much. She got an African shop. She opened her African shop and this. So I think I got to open African shop too. I can open my African shop. No. Everything is not for everybody. You search within yourself and pray and see what is in you that you can do and go and accomplish that.
Meet people. We got 3 more to go. Everyone is meet people where they are. Don't try to change people. Most marriage and relationships do not work because of that. Respect people for who they are. At the end of the day, people are going to be who they are and won't change unless they really want to do so. So sometimes, you know, you really want the man to call Mohawk because you probably left Mohawk business. The man say, I just put it in the simplest way. The man say, nah, Mohawk he like. You get all the other things you love him for. That one Mohawk you will let him, he will not call it, will not care you. So you need to meet him where you like it. I think will look nice on you. They share will look nice, but you like it. I will leave it at that. Doesn't mean your marriage spot. You still love him, but just that you couldn't change that part. Meet him where he is. And that's just a lay power. Some things whether it need to be changed, it has to be changed. But the little things, what it's not disturbing your marriage. He decided to go outside with the rumble chassis. You marry him in the first place, and he go with it. You can tell him the transfer rumble, or if you give me, I will press it for you. But he said, let me go to that. You just say, you know what, with me right there, let go. At the end of the day, although I want to be shame, but you don't want to be shame because you don't want to wear any rumble chassis. So meet people where they are. Where you laugh?
Yeah, that's what I mean. So if you're the man, that's what if you going somewhere now, and you own a clothes or iron, you're going to a decent place, and the man say he I wear the chassis in no rumble to me, so he just will follow you with a rumble chassis like that.
Yeah, but you will make that one other issue. To save your marriage, you want me that one other issue, man. Let him go with it. In fact, that you when you read to the party, say, sister, you say, but wait a we're drunk. I don't like it. Man, I told me I will let the person trust you on your own. You're just laugh with that one man, you let it go. Because you can't let that one spoil your marriage. You know, that's some people, I told him to press the trust, he refused to press the trust. Who he think he is? That trust he need to press it. You can't make that whole thing other issue to make your marriage have problem. Man, the man will go with a rumble chance, but when you read the report, in fact, when you read with a rumble chance, they get it. When I look at it, it will be President laughing, it will be it will be to my own, it will be to my interest. I will be selling for that one. So that your business now, everybody will like their husband to go out looking nice, looking decent, you look nice together. But you're not going to make that one other issue. Those small little things, because the day we're in the hall, I told you to wash the t-shirt. You say you're washing the t-shirt. I fast with that t-shirt when you wash. You come and make that one other issue to spoil my. You wash the t-shirt, I come in here, I wash the t-shirt. When we tell, but what happened? I tire you because I need to wash the t-shirt. Right there, with cash. I said, what? Someone then because someone they get hard when I even care.
I about to say now all of them.
Yeah, but just meet them where they are. For those little things that will not change your life, it's not going to do anything, it's not going to harm you. man, you just gotta meet them where they are, because everybody, two people will never be the same. Something that you will like, I will not like it. Something I will not like it. Even your sister, your brother in the house, all two of you get different behavior. You grew up for years. So you're meeting a person here or you're going on. There are certain things that they will do you will not like. But can you live with it? The ones you can live with, just be in there and level. Yeah. And say you can't live with it, you say they won't, but I can't live with it. I will just come and lose it. I will move on my life with somebody else. But once you can you live with it? It say the one that the qualities of the man is higher enough than the small thing. You gotta weigh the thing. Once the main qualities and the goodness of him and all the other thing is higher, now the small petty thing, you just gotta let it go.
Well, Chris, when Rumpa Charles said, "Not petty issue," and it's not a petty issue. I'm sorry. That is
not you now. Not a petty issue, but you can't divorce your husband because of that.
no, it wasn't because of that. No, you can't cause divorce because of that. But if this man is prone to just wearing romper clothes, I can see maybe one occasion you say, "Oh, my sister, leave me." He ain't lole romper to me and Yoko. But if it's this man constant having, or if this woman constant having, or wearing romper clothes when you're going up, that's an issue.
But then you marry him, oh. You marry him, and he was, because you definitely had that issue before you got married. You see, that issue was there because before you got married for that 3 years you dated, that man was some romper chances and you accepted it. So the thing that you accepted in the marriage, you come in country, you were supposed to change that dog one thing before you got married. So that romper chances not going to be no issue for you.
Maybe he wore the romper chances once or twice and it wasn't an issue. And now in the marriage, he can wear once or twice. But because if you're dating, he wore once or twice, he every night then he like to iron. Then all of a sudden, night it become a constant habit where he doesn't want to. Anyway. So
you are so afraid that matter before you got married. They do us part for better for where the romper chances that the West now. God will say whether that the romper chances when they come divorce the man.
So then you tell me to go, then you gotta take upon yourself. Then all the trousers in the closet, just get to the dry cleaning, let it iron.
Let it pass it.
So
exactly.
The romper trouser issue.
You just face the whole matter. You say, you know what, they barang 11 romper chances. Me, I'm coming before you romper chances. You take all the chances, you get the play the poor person, you bring it by here, so you take a person. Oh, the chance person. Instead, will start feeling getting that when I want a question not dead. A question you call you say, oh, yeah, man, she really want me to press it. Later on, when he get romper chances, he will be able to press it. That case is solved. That those little things, they ain't mean nothing, man. It mean nothing. Not coming to cause no issue about it. It said meet people where they are. Then the 9th one, it says make sacrifices for your children so you can carry on the family legacy. You have to make sacrifices. They play with some of your air, you're sitting down, you're just forget for your children in the future. You're just living one day at a time. You're focusing on other things. And you know, I'm not bash no woman yet today. Because they got some people, they're doing all the other things. Yeah, I'm doing that, I'm doing that. What investment have you invested for your kids? What the things that you start and say, you know what? If anything happened to me today, my children and they made, you know, that their life will not be hard because I went through struggle. I don't want my kids to do it. Because when you do it for them, then they will do it for their children. Then you see generational wealth start to come. Because you say, you know what, my mother left it thing, my father left it thing for me, so I didn't live for my children. Make sacrifices for your children. Keep praying for them on a daily basis. Make sacrifices for them. Invest for their lives. Do things, you know, that they will not struggle on this earth. You know, instead of you there on Facebook, hey, yeah, we didn't want this and that. But when they call you now, and they post start doing cash out, then they start doing go for me. Then your children ain't even got nothing. You know, you have to make sacrifices for your children so they can carry on the legacy, the family legacy, because your name is attached to them. When I mean your name, even if your last name, they're not the same. You give birth to those children, especially the mothers. You have to be smart on that. You give birth to them. Oh, you see the children? Yeah, that's Sarah children in there. That more they well for her children. And your children will learn that from you and do it for their children and their children to come. And you know, then you'll build that generational wealth. You know, the one that you didn't even have here, your children will have it. And your name will be left here on this earth. They will call your name because you started that particular stuff. And that's what you should do. Always make sacrifices for your children. For a long time.
Yeah, and that's why when we spoke last, I think last week when we spoke on leaving the legacy, that's all part of it. You know, what we fail to realize is that when we hit a certain stage in life, it's time for us to invest in our children. If we have children, if we have children, we need to start thinking about their future, because once you hit a certain stage in life now, you have come to a point where you have lived your life to some extent, and it's time for you to think about your children. But then I see people like you said, we're not bashing them, but it is the truth where you see them that they got little children, they got young children, and you can see where they're putting the money, where the money is being invested. You look at them and you see the trend that their money is not really being invested towards the future of the children. As a matter of fact, in fact, the money is being invested in vanity, in vain things, things that will not last even till tomorrow. So then when struggles come, when real hard times come, you see that they get stuck, they cannot move because instead of you putting some of that money aside, you were investing it into things that were just passing, things that were just wasting
Show
away.
off.
You know that you couldn't keep. Now you're at a place that you're stuck and you can't move, and then now other people gotta come in and assist you. And so we all must think wisely. Our children are our investment. God gave them to us for us to protect them, for us to lay a path for them and have, make life easier for them. All of us, our parents didn't have that opportunity, but in when we were in Liberia, our parents did the best they could for us to make us happy and to make our lives easier to where we are now.
Yeah, it's good to make sacrifices for your children, and because most of us at the life we live do not speak well to our kids. And then when a child start to act up, oh, I don't know why I did this and that. But sometimes in life you show your children they can rebel towards it in different ways you will not even know. You just see the child just acting, oh, why? Not knowing that certain things you show them, they just never like it, so they just want to be rebellion because they're reacting to what you show them. Make sacrifices for your children. Me, I will always say, my mother made sacrifices for us. My mom was 41 years old when my father passed. My mom kept herself I passed 41. Long time. But my mother kept herself when I was 41. I could not, when I reached that age, I was like, wow, but this is what the age my mom just gave her love life just for the sacrifice for her children. She didn't want nobody else to come in the house and treat her any funny. So she gave her love that she didn't want to love nobody. She gave her life to the church. She was just serving God and taking care of her children. That's a great sacrifice any mother can make because she didn't want any other person to come in the house and just start to treat her children bad. She made that sacrifice and I really appreciate it. Really do appreciate it. And that's how I know that my mother was a very strong woman. Because even people right now, someone in their sister, they can't, they're still looking for me. Hot, looking for it all over the place.
That's it.
41 years old young girl gave her life out to take care of her children. That's the sacrifice my mother made for her children. And I will always be grateful to her for that. And that's why I will continue to carry her legacy. But the last, not the last but not the least, is say always work hard. Work hard and work smart. Working hard to achieve your goals, it doesn't matter if you have to go to bed late and get up early. Always try to work to achieve your goal because at the end of the day, there will come a time after you have worked for some years, you will reap what you have worked for. You will sit down and you will not work anymore. Then people will start to work for you. You just sit down and enjoy the hard work of your hands. So always make sure you work for everything you have. Stop taking shortcuts. Stop envying other people because you see them doing things. You don't even know what they've been through, how hard they have worked to get where they are. And you see things happening for them. You try to put it down. Don't mind that one. Don't go buy her thing. Don't mind her. Don't think like this and that and the other. You start to stop people from patronizing them, from being a customer, from buying from the things that they sell. You try to stop people from embracing what they show, what they have and things like that. But you never know what they've been through to get to that stage. And it is wrong for you to do that. So go and work while it is day. Even if you got to go to bed late and get early. There came a time when I was going to college, I used to sleep for 3 hours. I will come from work 4 o'clock, 4:30. I go to school. I reach home 9 o'clock. I take back, get my children ready, teach them the lesson. They go to bed. Then 12 o'clock, I start to study. I study from 12 to 3. Then I sleep. Then in the morning again, I start a routine. Until when I graduated from college, my department head for the department, she came to my house to find out who I was. She wanted to know, what kind of woman is this? Because she couldn't believe I was one of the oldest in the class. God, they were like, what do you expect? Yeah, going to college, all the training in the class there. But I was persistent and I was consistently doing it. for the number of years. And I didn't until I graduated because I wanted to achieve my goal. My mother taught me to work hard for everything you own. Don't do shortcuts. Don't go and start to do things. Everybody, oh yeah, I can do it one way. Always do it the right way. Because when you do it the right way, you will reap it the right way. There will come a time you will just relax and other people will be there to serve you because you have paid your dues. Welcome.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, our hard work is the flowers we give ourselves while we're here. So we don't always have to wait for people to give us flowers. It would be a nice thing for them to give us our flowers while we are here. But your hard work, your determination, your goals, what you accomplish for yourself is the flowers that you give yourself while you are here. So we all should keep that in mind. Yes, in as much as it's good for other people to give us our flowers, but some people forget to give themselves flowers. And it is okay to give yourself your flowers. So in doing everything that you do in this life, the bottom line is that don't forget yourself. Put yourself first. You are important. Know that you yourself are important. And just like you're going to be caring for people, just like you're going to be praying for people, just like you're going to be doing and giving to people, don't forget to give yourself. Don't forget to pray for yourself. And don't forget to achieve for yourself.
Yeah. I see honey Bobby, she asking Seku Dugle, what the meaning of this question? Seku say, what's your sacrifice that you are giving to your children? Oh yeah, but before we come here, what we talk here, we talk to ourselves. So it's a learning process. We all learn from one another. I just read it. I just put on the platform. I read it. There's a lot of sacrifices that we are making for our own children. We're not coming to say something that we are not doing, and we are not in the process we're doing. So there's a show that will be coming up. We will have a tea party in July. I'm bringing a financial person on our tea party. You guys will be invited. You can come on. We are not going to do it on Facebook. It's going to be behind the scenes. We're doing it on Zoom. Next year will be part of our routine because every year as Lawani, we're supposed to have a masquerade party. It's our yearly venture. We'll have it in person next year. This year we're having it on Zoom on June 26th. And then you will learn a lot of stuff when you on there. You have to pay to enter. $20. It's on my Facebook page. You can go and see it. Send me tell us the money they soon they sell, and the cash app money is there. Phone number is there. You will come on there and you will learn. Same way with the tea party in July, we bring you a financial person who is very cool. Will tell you how to invest, the different investment that you can make. You see Donald Trump, they say, oh, Donald Trump is rich and this and that. The people suing, but they can't find where his money is. We'll show you how to hire your own money for your children. That's why it's all about. So she will be there teaching that at the tea party. We invite you come, you pay your $20, you come on, you learn, we have fun and everything. Next year we'll be doing it face to face. You come there, you will learn a lot because we have people who know how to tell you. So we are investing a lot and sacrificing a lot for our kids. I have sacrificed a lot of stuff for my children because I had to take care of them and I had to invest in their lives, make different sacrifices for them. So I can't come here and explain all because we will give you the basis. But if you want to learn the nitty gritty of how to make sacrifices for your children, come to our masquerade party. Come with your mask on, your masquerade mask. Put it on your face and you come. And we have people that are teaching all those things. So this is the end of the show. Give me my flowers while I can smell it. I won't smell the flower. You won't wait for the person to go down and you go, Jesus, oh, God, and then when I break one, I have to cry. Can't see them falling down. Oh, there's all kinds of way. Never get that person 1 cup of water to drink. Give me my flower. I won't smell it. You hear before I did the word. I don't want nobody coming getting all the things that mean nothing because you never gave the person a flower to smell it while they were alive. You sat down there and then when they died, you start to regret it. Shame on you. Fira, you want to say anything before we close?
I just said, give people the flowers while they're alive so that they can see it, so that they can smell it, so that they can appreciate it, and most of all, so that they can tell you thank you, say thank you to you before they close their eyes. If you don't do that, once they're gone, please don't take their photo and start making it your profile picture. It does nothing. Taking a dead man picture and making it as your profile does nothing. Putting it in your story does nothing. It does not clear your conscience. Making the announcement all over does not clear your conscience. That person don't know you are doing that anymore. So do it while they're alive so that they know it. They see it because the dead knows nothing. But while they're living, they can see it and appreciate it and know and say, oh, I know this person care for me. Yeah, they may not call me every day, but in my heart's a heart, I know they care for me. So that when that person close their eyes, they know more, that person die with that memory. Don't wait till it's all done and said and done, and then you come and acting all pious on Facebook and carry on as if to say you have some sort of great relationship with the person. That's just complete foolishness in my mind.
So we'll say thank you for watching. Thank you, Mema and Genevieve. Seku, I would say, although you're saying that sacrifices are relative, that's why you should do the one that are relative to you. You know, the one that you can do for yourself. The one that you can do for yourself. Everybody got different sacrifices that they make. But we who live in the standard world of the great United States of America, what sacrifices are you making for your kids? What investment are you putting in their lives? For you to learn all that, you have to come to our masquerade or our tea party, because we have somebody to teach you how to lay down wealth for your children, that today when you die, they will not be struggling on the earth. They will not be, oh yeah, this and that, but you still there on Facebook, dressing and taking pictures and posting all that different things you can be doing, trying to prove what. So we will just give you the basis. That's why I split up the next generation for. We will give you the basis, and whatsoever is relatively good for you in your family, you will do that sacrifice. Whatsoever is good for me, but if you want me to tell you what sacrifices that we think would be nice for you to do for your children in America and those who live in Liberia, you can come on our platform where it's not going to be on live. $20 to enter. It's going to be on the 26th. It's a masquerade party. The flyer is on my platform. You will see it. You send your money. We send you the link at the time, and you come on, and we'll have different things there. We'll be having fun, but we'll also be having people giving detailed information on what you can do, the sacrifices that you can leave here, you can make for your children to be better tomorrow. So we want to say thank you for watching. Have a nice week. Have a good evening. Be good. People, crazy people out there. They shot a lot of people this last week on the news, and you don't want to be caught up into that mess. So when somebody do something to you and they cross in front of you, car race, they pass by them. Let me just tell you one question before we leave. Me and my children were in the car, on the phone with me, and one man just rushed in front of us, and my daughter stopped, giving him a chance to pass, and he told us that you can pass, and we passed, and he said, "You welcome, niggas," and he called us niggas, and we just laughed. But he would say, you know what? You will get your pay, because if you call another human being that kind of derogatory name, and you know you people don't like the name is not allowed to be said by a certain or people, and you say that to us, and you think we're going to get out for our car and for you, and we just let him to go his merry way. We talk about it, we discuss it. If you're on the line, we all discuss it. We just let him go. We pray that he changed his life and do good thing in his world, because it's not even necessary. So all the car race, you meet people, they say, oh, I was in the line first, and you coming in front of me, just move on the line and getting the chance to go. Because sometimes those little things can put you into something that you don't even, some people it can even cost in their life. So have a beautiful weekend. The weekend is already gone. Have a beautiful week. God bless you. This is Split All in our generation. Give me my flowers. Well, let me smell it. That's what we need. Your bye.